Right, Man City get the draw at Anfield. Let's join Steve, our Manchester City fan, up on the Skype wall there. Steve, good evening.
Evening, guys.
Now then, sorry, we are joining you, of course. You didn't go to the game today because you're in Sao Paulo, as you know, all Man City fans are. What did you make of that? Do you feel lucky that you got the point? Because Liverpool controlled the game in many, many areas.
Yeah, considering our performance, which I thought was very poor, totally lacking in any tempo, I thought the point was a great result for us because, as I said, we were awful. I think midfield, we just couldn't get a grip on the game. Joe Allen passed us to pieces, and I think...
Steve, I tell you what, just stay there. I know you can hear me, Steve. I'll just... this is the way it is. I got a problem with hearing you in here. In fact, I can't hear a word you're saying. I'm lip reading. Right. I'm pretty good at that. But if you just stay there, Daniel and I will just pick up the conversation, but we'll come right back to you. So I wasn't hearing what he was saying. I was trying to lip read, but obviously I was getting to the point that he was actually pretty happy because Liverpool did control areas of the game.
Well, City did very well to come out of that game with a draw, but if I was a City fan, I would be slightly perturbed about, first of all, about the way Mancini set up the team. And it's difficult for me as a United supporter to try and criticise Mancini without it coming across as bias or sour grapes, but I'm going to anyway. I've never been sold on Mancini, and I'm not sold on Mancini, and I think the way that he set up his team today was that to not have, if you're going to play five across the midfield, then you need proper wide players who are going to get forward and get back properly, not Kolarov and Milner, for example.
All right, Steve, would you go along with Daniel there? Were you a little bit surprised with the team that he picked?
Not at all, really. Can you hear me now, by the way?
Yeah, we can. Lovely. That's better.
Right, well, I mean, I've watched all our pre-season games, Community Shield, everything, and that was the formation we used throughout pre-season, 3-4-1-2, with Kolarov and Milner as the wide men. And the idea with that formation is to get those two players, who are probably our best two crossers, into attacking positions where someone like Kolarov, his delivery first time is fantastic. And it worked very well in pre-season, and you saw how dangerous we were in the Community Shield. But today, I think the problem was we just couldn't release them in the attacking third enough because we couldn't get the ball. And the likes of Yaya, I thought there was no tempo when he had the ball. It was just so laboured and lethargic. And I think taking into account our performance, which was as poor as I've seen us for a while, then I'll grab the point off. It was a fantastic point for us.
So Toure instead of Lescott, what do you make of that? And another question, I think it's bizarre too, but also the exclusion of Silva. He's not match fit, but with no pre-season left, where's he getting it from if not by playing?
Right, firstly, Colo and Lescott, I can't understand that. Lescott was fantastic for us last season. The only reason I can think of is if in the three, Colo is quicker and slightly more mobile than Lescott, but then Lescott's just a far better out-and-out defender.
Maybe Lescott should have a look in his wife's medicine cabinet.
Can't understand that one. What was the other point? It was Silva. No, I was surprised he started last week because he'd only played 15 minutes in the whole pre-season. And it's natural, he's going to take time to come back to his best form. He looked bright when he came on today, but I think maybe that might just be the tactic for the next couple of games, 15 to 30 minutes building up, because Nasri, I thought, has been outstanding so far, was poor today, struggled to get in the game, but the way that this 3-4-2 formation lines up, I don't think you can fit both Silva and Nasri, and so maybe when Silva and Nasri, the pair of them, they're at full fitness, and they're active last season.
It's the thing though, you said Silva was the worst for a while. Last was exactly electric, and you're probably, lucky past Southampton, so it's a great start.
I'm not sure we were lucky to ask.
I agree with you.
We saw 3 missed 3 and scored from only 2 shots. But in that Alpha, I wouldn't have been passing on there. I player stands his tactic and he's very because he does that job protecting fencing and provide that he wins that meets interception and keep it because he always sits up. I think have that quite open stretch.
I think that's good, but I do learn the losses made, he gets all well off. It's great. That's playing there and I thought well today and out that means the formation isn't good. It's well.
I'm not sure about which players you could have attacked a little more in that formation today.
Well, I don't think he could have fine. They crossed the ball, but that's quite a rudimentary way of playing football. We'll stick this bloke. It's a bit like Kenny Dalglish with Downing and Carroll. That's not the way to play through midfield, to play through a team. I don't think.
I'm not sure with that. I mean, just going back to one of your points, saying Mancini's quite by instinct defensive. I think that's almost a lazy stereotype. He's Italian, therefore he's defensive.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, 1 second, just let me finish that.
Yeah.
The first season he was with us, we needed that solid foundation, and it was at times quite tough to watch, as it was Tevez on his own up front.
I think you're contradicting yourself here.
We needed that solid foundation, and as soon as that's been provided, then last season I'm not sure how you can say that we were defensive. We scored the most goals in the division, and this season again it's attacking, entertaining football. And this 3-4-1-2 is a very attacking lineup.
Okay, listen, Steve, I'm going to have to cut you short there. Listen, you have provided us with entertainment this season already, as you did last season, so we'll agree on that. Thanks for joining us from Sao Paulo there. Steve, the Man City fan. Another thing, we'll talk about it a little bit later. Interesting little article in the Daily Mail on Sunday today saying that if he doesn't get help and he doesn't get the money to purchase who he needs to move on in this new season, maybe this will be his last year, despite the fact that he only signed a 5-year deal about a couple of months ago.
Well, he's sort of, isn't he? He's sort of become, because he managed to win the league, he's become Billy large bodily parts. Which, but I wanted to, I suppose it's a shame that Steve's gone because I don't get the opportunity to explain why he's wrong, which he said patronisingly and aggravatingly, but never mind.
All right, STL-broadcast, that's how you get hold of us on Skype. You can tweet at Sports Tonight TV, or you can give us a call 0207 291 0868. Daniel Harris and myself, Roger Williams, back in a couple of minutes.
That solid foundation, and as soon as that's been provided, then last season I'm not sure how you can say that we were defensive. We scored the most goals in the division, and this season again it's attacking, entertaining football. And this 3-4-1-2 is a very attacking lineup.
Okay, listen, Steve, I'm going to have to cut you short there. Listen, you have provided us with entertainment this season already, as you did last season, so we'll agree on that.